Welcome to Koper in Slovenia for another and the penultimate IFSC Lead World Cup. My name is Matt Groom and I am joined, as many of you are over the moon about, by Stasha Gale in the commentary box. Stasha, hello, how you doing?
Hi Matt, I'm doing very well, and you?
I'm good. It has been such a long time since we've shared a commentary box.
I think a year, actually.
Yeah,
I think it was here last year, right? Well, I'm sorry that I haven't joined you more often.
Well, you've been winning too much or getting into finals too much.
Not really. No, I was, sometimes, but the other times I was just a bit too tired after every comp. I just couldn't.
Well, thankfully you found time and energy here, and now we're watching the semi-finals highlights from the other night. So look, let's sit back, you can enjoy this action, and then we'll be back to you after this video. Well, there we go. That was last night's action, so you can go back and watch that if you haven't already. We love Janja in the background. And Stasha, let's talk about the atmosphere here in the stadium, because I said before we went online, it feels like a bit of a holiday, this.
Yeah, it's I think one of the last or the last summer weekend here with an actual summer vibe, and there was also a lot of crowd on the highway over here, and there's a lot of people with I Love Slovenia flags, with the actual Slovenian flags, Janja supporters. I don't know how many of these people are climbers. I think I've seen quite a lot of people that I know from the climbing world in Slovenia, but I think a lot of them might just be sport supporters that came to see Janja. And the stadium is filling up quickly. Like when I crossed over 10-15 minutes ago, it was half as full, so I think in the next 15 we might see almost a full stadium at the back.
Yeah, they are crowding in here, as you can see through those shots, and the sunset in the background. It's coming up to, well, it is 8 p.m. Central European time, so it's been warm all day, but of course with that sun gone, it's going to cool down a little bit here in the stadium.
Yeah, and there's a very nice breeze around here at the seaside, which brings quite a chilly atmosphere approaching the climbing time.
Right, well, the athletes are out. The men introduced first, and they will climb first. Alberto Ginés López, he qualified in last position, followed by Luka Potočar, Sam Avezou, Alex Megos, Yannick Flohé, Jesse Grupper, Toby Roberts, and finally Sorato Anraku, who has a chance to take the overall title here if he wins. So that'll be 2 in a season.
Yeah. That's and it is his first season as well, so quite incredible.
Yes, at 16, ridiculous.
Yeah.
So these are the athletes. Luka Potočar, he won here last year. Really cool, especially for the Slovenian crowd, because Janja, of course, was beaten last year. She came second.
Yeah, she came for revenge this time, and let's see what happens. But Luka had quite a bumpy season this year, and I'm really glad he's back in finals.
I don't know if you watched the semis, but it seemed like every Slovenian athlete that came out, it's like they gained 3 holds just by being lifted up by the crowd.
Could be. That's what I've heard that the domestic court brings to the people.
We need a Serbian World Cup, please.
Oh yeah. Once maybe it'll happen.
One day. So the men will climb first, then we'll have an interview with them before we move on to the women. And the men's route has got a move that we haven't seen before in a lead competition.
Yes, I've heard.
Which is, it makes me nervous when I get told
I think it makes everyone that knows about it nervous. Mostly the route setters who were brave enough to do that, but I think they've done quite a good job this event, really pushing the limits of lead climbing. Already in the qualifications we could see some double dynos, some swings that, especially in the men's route, that they really had to commit. We lost quite a few athletes at those cruxes, which was of course expected, but not everyone, and people quite got the flow of it and what had to be done. So I think this will be one of the moves where, climbing has to move forward. And I know people might complain that lead is becoming bouldering and bouldering is becoming a circus, but maybe that's true, but maybe not fully. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with having jumps in the lead route because their field is so packed. You have to find a way to keep people apart and to distinguish with who will be the best at this particular route. It doesn't mean that person that won at one comp is an overall ultimate winner and the best climber in the world, but it means that I had a really good consistency on that event and that they could overcome the challenges. It might be different on the next event, you never know. This is why we have the general ranking, of course, That's like what counts in the end because so many comps are so different. So we'll see. I'm sure we might not, but it is to be expected that we lose some competitors at this crux, but hopefully not all of them,
Yeah, the move we're talking about, when the athletes are reading now, is a swing into almost what kind of is a downwards jump down to a platform, and then you reach up to some big holds. So it's like a jump down and then a jump up immediately.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a downwards jump.
Yeah,
this already
jump,
calls for rule breaking but it's not that. So it is commonly seen in bouldering. You swing, you jump onto a big volume, and then you proceed with jumping sideways onto the next hold. And from what I've heard from the route setters, they tried to do it with just one hold undercling, but it was opening the doors too much, so to say, like it was swinging way too much to stop the move, so they had to add another hold not to make it too risky.
Yeah, and it's something I said, to the route setter, I was like, I've never seen that before. And he was like, well, you've watched bouldering before. And I was like, well, yes, I have, but this is a lead climbing wall. And that's the thing, isn't it? Because if this move was on a boulder wall, fine, no problem. Yeah, you get it. But on a lead wall, everything changes.
Yeah, there's this risk factor. In lead, you get one attempt. You can't mess up. I mean, you can mess up a little bit as soon as you recover. But with jumps, this is the thing. You either do it or you don't. And with bouldering, you're always going to have other attempts unless you're at the end of the time. But in lead, this is where even boulders get less confidence, and it gets tricky. You just have to land it. You have to commit fully, otherwise you will be sitting in the rope.
Exactly. Well, look, we've hyped it enough. That is going to come in a couple of minutes, and we're just watching the observation period that happened before the broadcast started. And for people who don't know the sport, it's just a chance for the athletes to read the route because this is the first time they've ever tried to climb it. And this is our top 8. Look, massive names in there, Janja. Sorry, Janja? You're not Janja.
You call me Janja.
I just called you Janja.
I'm flattered.
Take it, just take it.
Oh, yeah, I always do.
Well, Janja, no, well, Stasha. Alberto being in, though. I mean, look, he's the Olympic gold medalist, but we haven't seen him in the lead finals for quite a while. And I was a bit surprised that he's done so well. He topped both routes in quali as well.
Yeah, so did he. Yeah, I've heard that he worked a lot this year, and that finally now it pays off. You know, everyone here is a hard worker, and it just, you know, it takes time till the trainings kick in, or till your head gets relaxed enough, or till, well, you get the route that fits your style or a boulder. So, you know, it's a bit of a gamble this year for everyone, I'd say. Like, going from medal podiums to 40th, 50th places is not that uncommon anymore, you know. So, yeah, it's good that he's in finals again, and I think that also will boost his confidence, and he can hopefully provide a good climb now.
Well, there he is, the Olympic champion from Spain, Spain's youngest gold medalist. And what a hype as he comes on. He's got smoke coming out, he's got flashing lights. It's all go for Alberto. But, you know, if anyone could keep it together in this pressured environment, you'd think it would be him, and he's been on that biggest of stages.
Yeah, but you never know. As long as you feel nervous, the comps are fun. When you stop feeling nervous, then something's wrong, you know.
All right, well, here we go. And we'll let you know when the move is coming up that we've been talking about. It's sort of midway through the whites. But
it's marked with the X. So when we come up to it, the X tape next to the quick draw and the hold means that this is the last position that from which you can clip the assigned quick draw. After that, you will have to be asked to come down, and your holds will not be counted. And this is for safety reasons, of course.
So that is to come. 6 minutes have been on the clock. He's 5 minutes 40 into it. That's the bottom right of your screen. The scoreboard will let you know, and there should be a graphic on screen to show you where the athletes have got to. So fairly straightforward start for the men, but, you know, body tension required through that bottom bit.
Yeah, you gotta get into some kind of a flow and not get too relaxed at the start. Sometimes the start can be really tough and make you lose energy, but it seems like it's going all right now, and now he has to flip from this hold, the next quick draw. Now he's trying to see how to actually do that in the high step.
Oh, and standing on the bolt cover, which you can do. That's why it's there to protect the bolt itself. Now, this is the move. So, dropping sideways onto the black volume and then jumping up into the white hold and the black hold at the same time, or it's going to be near impossible. I'm nervous, Stasha.
Oh, yeah. It's good that he knows what to do. He's trying to cheat it, but... And, oh, that looks easier than we thought.
Well, it works. Thank goodness for that.
Okay, that's just a little bit of a, like, nerve breaker, so to say, but something to break the ice also and lead into the next bit more powerful section.
Well, thank goodness for that, route setters. Brave, and it's worked, at least for one athlete. And now Alberto can concentrate on the rest of things. There's a lot of route to go after this. Alberto gets in a high right hand, high right toe, over to the left, and continues upwards. And up to the sloper there. This is where that friction needs to be there for that right hand.
Yeah, it's a really bad hold, and hopefully he has enough friction to continue moving on. He needs to maintain body tension, and now he sits on the heel super deeply so he can clip. He's going to do a double clip from here.
I thought for a moment he was going to go there when he went into the left hand. He was right on the edge, I think.
Yeah, it is a tricky position, and you need to try to get out of it as soon as possible, but it seems like he's not very sure what to do at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't like that left crimp, does he?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you can see it coming. I mean, to reverse back to try to rest, that's usually a good sign that he's...
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more of like a bad reading of this sequence, or perhaps just, not what he expected it to be. So he tried to readjust to see if he could do something else. Perhaps it was intended to cross in down into the crimp and then continue up, so you can put a heel hook up to this bad sloper. However, he didn't feel very comfortable doing any of that, so he tried to find a way out of it. But that sadly didn't work out for him.
No, so Alberto's run is done, but he set the early high point, of course. First athlete out, the athletes qualifying in the opposite order. So the first athlete, Alberto, out, qualified in last place.
now we have Luka Potočar coming up, and the crowd is getting wild. They're getting hyped up by the MC, and all the flags are up.
There are so many flags in the audience, I can tell you. There's rattles, as you can hear. Yeah. We were trying to work out last night what the sound was, because I kept hearing it in my headphones.
Oh, really? You didn't figure it out?
I couldn't, well, not for a while. I presumed it was a rattle, but you never know. Maybe it was just the shaking commentary box, so, you know.
Yeah, it could be prone to that.
It's nice of you, Stasha. So there is Luka doing his little strut to the camera, and he'll be out in a couple of seconds. Well, he took a deep, deep breath there, didn't he?
Yeah, I would say he's a bit nervous, which is, oh well, it's all right. You're allowed to be nervous, but sometimes you're nervous just until you like clip the first quick draw, and then it starts to like drop down, and then you feel really grateful for it leading your body.
Well, he's not going to be able to forget about the crowd. They are screaming at the top of their lungs here.
Yeah.
I'm literally looking out, and all I can see is flags. It's brilliant. It's like blocking the wall for us.
Yeah. So many different flags, and like that one's really tall, like on a telescopic stick.
It's like a battle of who can get the highest flag at the moment. All right, well, all the anticipation comes down to this. Can he make it 2 years out of 2 on the top spot of the podium?
He took some time to enter the route with breaths. And hopefully now he can get into a nice rhythm.
Yeah, it kind of gets you out of a rhythm down low. There's some tricky undercling moves that just don't allow you to get into a flow.
Yeah, that's still all right. I would assume the holds are pretty good the first 3 quick draws. You don't want to lose any competitors there. It would be, very anticlimactic.
Yes, it would be. Well, I know a lot of you watching at home love hearing Stasha's analysis and in-depth commentary, so send her a message on Instagram if you're watching this live, and you can, I'm sure she'll answer questions at some point, and give her a follow while you're there. Let's see, I'm getting you followers here, Stasha. You need
it's...
€5 per 1,000 followers.
Yeah, it's all right. New followers don't hurt.
Right, here we go. Luka is into this lache-style move. It's a bit of a swing, and you can see the rubber left on the bolt hold from Alberto's shoes before, and the route setters, I think, left some there as a hint. And he's having a long look at this. It's too far to span.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's going to try to span despite. But seems like Luka is on his way to do the jump. Hopefully he lands it nicer.
Yeah, he's tall enough to just get his toes on. Oh, that left hand was close.
That was not so balanced as he would have wanted it to. With these kind of swings, it's really tricky to get your body movement, like the direction of it, right. And since there's only one screw-on hold on the big white at the left side, it might be a bit trickier to like direct yourself, but by pushing away from the wall and creating some kind of half circular motion, they can direct themselves into a nicer landing, but also takes commitment. And on the rope, there might be also some disruptions from the rope pulling to the left just by its weight, not by someone actually pulling it, but it does sometimes play a role in these dynamic movements. Yeah,
well, we saw it in Vila where the 3 of the women got kind of tangled up and the right Luka drops it.
Very soon.
That was soon. I think it was on maybe 17 plus eventually, but below Alberto, certainly.
Yeah, it could happen that the jump distracted him a bit and he might have overgripped for a second and lost focus. I'm not quite sure, but it does seem like a very powerful sequence up in the white section, so unfortunately Luka finishes earlier than expected.
Yeah, so it definitely won't be gold for Luka, and I think he might struggle to get on the podium, but we will see, because it appears pretty tough, this route. So this was a replay of him down low before the jump. Pretty solid, a couple of little moments, and in this jump he was tall enough to get his foot on that black volume, and we'll watch the left hand if we get to see it, because look how close it was sliding down.
It was actually better than it looked from the other angle. It was not so bad, but let's see what happened.
The other angle looked like it was peeling off it.
Yeah.
And then this is the toe hook on the jib.
Perhaps it was better to heel hook. From what I remember, Alberto heel hooked, and then he had... he did heel hook, but lost. He had too much swing.
Yeah, it was just all in one movement that sent him down to the ground. So Luka goes and joins Alberto, sitting on those nice, comfy chair, like what are they called? Puff things down on the poofs down on the stage.
I think they're called lazy bags.
Lazy what? Bags.
Bags. Yeah.
I want one for my house. I do. It's true.
And we have Sam come out of his team. He had quite a good lead season this year.
Yeah, he's looking really strong.
Yeah, good podium, strong podium in Chamonix. It's excellent climbing. Let's see if he can get in the same flow. Like that was, in Chamonix was the flowiest and the fastest climb I've seen this season. It looked quite incredible, but let's see if he can pull it off again here.
Yeah, he's one of those climbers who's sort of come into our psyche a little bit in the last couple of years. You know, he's moved from that youth scene into the senior circuit, and now we kind of expect him to be making regular finals. But and his sister as well, she's up and coming.
They're quite a big climber family. Like his mother, or like their mother, is a coach also in the team. And yeah, I think there's an older brother as well, and I don't know if there's a fourth sibling. I'm not sure, maybe. But they all seem to be really, really good in competition climbing. Very, very psyched, very determined people, hardworking. There's a bit of a slip.
Yeah, so he had a moment, and now it wouldn't cost him any energy, but it might have unsettled him, so he needs just to calm down it.
Yeah. But he's a boulderer. He's very dynamic, similar style as Majdida has in lead at least. So, yeah, slips happen, but it was a pretty safe slip. So.
Yeah, it's just that left foot, wasn't it? Slid down that volume.
Might even help him to just remember to breathe and focus further.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to here, because this is the move. We saw Luka almost get it wrong. Sam steps high with the left foot onto the jib.
High step seems very uncomfortable. Like also Alberto seemed not quite content with it. Yeah, easy.
You can see that bouldering pedigree coming through there.
Yeah. Let's see how he's going to solve this section, if it's going to be as difficult as Luka found it.
Yeah, it was releasing the heel that sent Luka down. It was too much of a swing to hold. Sam gets the toe in.
A bit of a pump.
He looks more comfortable than Luka did on this.
Yeah. Like toe hook allows you to have lesser swing, which proved useful here. And keep in mind this holds are really open, and now this one looks like that was not a good solution to go with. Feet stayed too low, and yeah, the next hold, as we already saw, is really bad to just jump to it like that.
All right, so Sam is down, and he climbed again really quickly. He did the same in the semi-finals. He just shot up the route. So maybe sort of getting away with a bit of endurance by doing it.
That's a common thing for boulders. Just gotta speed through,
Something you do regularly?
I mean, it comes naturally. I don't know. Sometimes I try to calm down, but lead climbers sometimes have to train fast climbing so that they do a route within 6 minutes. I never have to do that. It's just if I do the route, it will be in 4 minutes. There's no need to be slow.
No need to train endurance, really.
Yeah, no, I do train endurance. It's just I'm naturally fast, and I think boulders generally are. So yeah, you can see sometimes lead climbers shaking off forever and make us all jealous. We just have to keep going.
Yeah, well, Sam was speedy, but it didn't work for him. He's currently in second position. So our top three in. We've had 3 athletes to go, 5 to come, and you can see the disappointment there from the team down at the front watching on. The audience, that's the coaches area and the athletes area at the front, the VIP area on the right of this stadium, and then the crowd behind them. And Alex Megos, very cool, looks at the camera, he's next.
So as Alex comes out, I got some questions already on Instagram. So it was, what's the hardest part of the comps, and what are the athletes thinking on the wall from your experience, or from people you know? I don't know what other people are thinking, but sometimes there's an earworm stuck in your head, a song. Sometimes, like, peripherally, you kind of hear the audience, you kind of hear the speaker. Sometimes you think, what the hell is this person talking? But, yeah, sometimes you try to calm yourself down, like breathe, or if you have a certain mantra that you tell yourself, but it's usually just random thoughts, you know. For me, it's mostly songs sometimes. I don't know why. Yeah, it's weird. I know, like lyrics and stuff. And we'll be like constantly repeating in that.
Make sure you ask the winner in the interview what was going on in their head.
Yeah, I actually have to do that.
Well, we're watching Alex Megos here, and this is his last comp of the season. He put it on his Instagram that he's finishing after this. There is one more in China, but really the only people who seem to be wanting that are those who are trying to get into the next year's OQS series, the Olympic qualifying series, and secure the points. Or they're going for the overall titles like Jesse Pilt. So regardless, it's the end of Alex's season, so enjoy watching him one last time as he comes into this jump.
Got a clip first.
Yeah, a bit of a bicycle leg in the air then as he tried to find balance.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable position, this one, prior to the jump, but okay.
So Alex reaches the black volume, starts the swing.
It took a little bit more power than we thought, but technically you can do this jump in 2 swings. Tries to find a bit of a better rest position, but I don't think that was it.
I think the crowd enjoyed that though.
Yeah, of course. Everyone likes to face the crowd moves.
Yeah, and there might be one coming up for the women's later, so make sure you don't go anywhere for that.
No spoilers, man.
Oh, I like to tease though.
Oh.
So Alex has double heels in. He loves that kind of a move. Good flexibility from him, and he'll make this clip. But as we know, this next move could be problematic. It can be.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he hasn't done the toe at all.
That is, powerful solution to it. But now he knows to put the heel in. Now just has to put it on the jib, not putting it on his toe fingers. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, he didn't want to hook his own fingers then.
Smears on this really bad thing.
He hasn't made the clip yet either, so I think he's just going for the plus.
Yeah, another not quite optimal reading or executing. I think, the blue sloper surprises everyone, so I felt like he might have tried to correct the slope where he was like just at the edge. But yeah, Alberto seemed to have done a great job there.
Yeah, this route's savage so far. This is a replay of that jump, and then after that he did that cheeky turn towards the crowd. There you go, just caught there. Launched left, that was the move that caught out Luka. And then he got the move that caught out Sam. And yeah, different solutions through it, really, really physical. I think I just cost him a little bit.
Yeah, you can do it like on 3 different ways. Seems that the toe hook could be the best one. This one was a bit too committing. Like the jibs on that pinch that you crossed are not like in-cut. They're really slopey. They just make this pinch slightly bit better. So, some moves like this can really make you get pumped instantly and not be able to do the following moves. Like you see how shallow his grip was, and the following grip is also not the best.
Also, he went in that with the right hand
instead
of the left like Alberto did.
Yeah, Alberto did it with the left, but Alberto already had his left heel and he really sat on the left foot, but he was holding the blue sloper a bit better than Alex did. So I think he tried to save himself, but there are no edges on anything there.
Yeah, well, with 4 athletes done, Alberto Ginés López leads the way, followed by Alex Megos, Sam Avezou, and Luka Potočar make up our top 4. 4 to go as we have a little bit of a break in proceedings. Well, Stasha, while we have this little pause here, let's talk about Olympic qualifying from your point of view, because Bern World Champs didn't happen. I'm sorry, no Olympic ticket for you yet. So Laval is the next big chance, right?
So, I mean, realistically, I didn't expect to qualify in Bern. I did want to make the combined semis and try to go for the finals. However, I had a really unlucky bouldering run, and I topped the quali boulder number 1 like milliseconds too late, and no appeal would help change that, and this would have gone main. But yeah, it is what it is. But now it's Laval, it's a continental, so each continent has their own championship, like not championship, but rather an Olympic qualifier event, and only the winner goes. And since it's in France and French need a spot, they still don't have a ticket. It is gonna be quite an interesting event, I'd say. It is something to look and not look forward to, in the sense that it's going to be really tough and it's going to be really stressful. It's like Toulouse was before Tokyo, and it's only one. So I think the best solution is just go there without any expectations, like literally no expectations, so you can't do anything else. But then the OQS is the real deal then.
Well, that is all to come, because the season hasn't finished after the World Cup, so there's lots of action going on until December. It's almost time for us to return to the competition for our next 4 athletes to climb before we move on to the women. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to Koper in Slovenia for the IFSC Lead World Cup. Halfway through the men's finals. And for those of you wondering about Alex going for the overall, he's decided not to do China, so it's not going to count, especially with that score. So he's not in the contention, so really it's all Sorato's if he can do it.
Yeah. There is still one World Cup, yeah.
One to go in China, and that's in 2 weeks. So after we go to Rome next week for the speed qualifier, and then China after that, and then Laval comes later on. So Yannick Flohé comes on. Now Yannick, we know him to be just so powerful on certain moves.
Yeah, a bit too powerful actually. That's what he's known for in Germany. He doesn't use his feet, so everyone mocks him, like he campuses the slab and so on. He loves the kilter board, you know. But yeah, he is extremely strong, and he does enjoy that fact as well. And he tries to use that as his strength as much as he can, but sometimes sadly that does not work out, especially in slab climbing. But he has improved a lot in a lot of his other skills, so makes him a really, really good competitor.
Yeah, and I think he's going to enjoy some of these more bouldery sequences, especially this one coming up.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how he will solve the upper section, because we've seen that this jump isn't as scary as we initially thought, and it seems to be quite okay for all the competitors, but the section after that seems the most difficult so far.
Yeah, it's just when a route setter tells me it hasn't been done before, or sort of an icy cold feeling grips my heart.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect really.
Well, Yannick makes it look pretty flowy and easy. Yeah. Immediately locks in the left toe.
Okay, that was a bit different than it should be done. Tried to go with the left in the cross, but it's not really the beta. Yeah, the danger about heel hooking on jibs is that you sometimes stand on your hand. The same beta as Alex almost loses it.
Yeah, he just threw over to the left there.
Yeah, you can hear Alex screaming in the background maybe.
He did read it the same way. Look, he's got the fingers on.
Now he needs to heel back on.
That was smart though. He adjusted and made room for that heel.
Wow. Slapping. Ooh.
Well, he's going up for a really high toe.
Oh no.
Yannick falls. Couldn't find the feet through that section.
Yeah, I think sometimes reading it with your teammate and that turning out to be the wrong beta or the less efficient beta can be a disadvantage for the whole team, unless someone sees something else that could be better. But both of them decided not to go with the toe hook. And then it kind of gets a bit panicky. Yeah, he lost control over the situation there and just tried to save himself on the crimp. He did go with the left, but he stayed really low with his feet. He didn't heel hook like Alberto did.
Yeah, for those of you who are new to climbing, the athletes cannot communicate things between teams, and neither can the coaches. So it's not a learning experience for the ones coming after. They have to approach it fresh, and that's why we see moments like that occasionally happen. So let's watch some of these moments. That was the throw to the left, which he didn't use much in the way of feet of. But he made it work and then kept powering upwards. And then Yeah, this was the throw up. We kind of missed it on the camera, but he went up and just lost a foot there as he came. Let's watch it again from a different angle. So watch that right toe and that hand sliding off. Tricky stuff. Stasha, you got questions coming in. And outdoor climbing, because Mr. Yannick there is an outdoor climber. You're an outdoor climber, so go on.
So how often after comps the climbers go to climb outside? Well, sometimes like a day after. Sometimes, if it's like a bigger gap between the comps, you can allow yourself like a climbing holiday, so to say. It's not really a holiday, but yeah, mostly off season. Like after the comps here, OSP is very close. A lot of people went there, but usually you don't have the chance to do it in other locations. Like if there is a possibility, yes, in Briançon as well, Chamonix too, but not everywhere.
It depends where, doesn't it? Well, there we go. Thank you to those people sending questions. Just to let you know, Alex Megos, he's under appeal because he wants a plus, so his coaches think he deserves a plus. We'll have to wait and see on that one. And if you have got the IFSC app, there's a new feature where the athletes are highlighted in yellow if they're under appeal, and we're now getting told here about what's going on, so that's why I'm bringing it up. There's no rule changes, it's just we get more information now, so we can tell you guys at home.
Yeah, appeals are a part of the sport, and now they're trying to regulate it a bit more. They made it more expensive this year, so there is a fee, an appeal fee. So if your appeal is not accepted, your federation is fined by that fee. If your appeal is accepted, you do not get the fee to pay. And so yeah, because there were too many appeals for random things, and if this is a plus or not plus, if this is zone or not zone, people try to take each other down like the coaches do. That's their job. So the federation wanted to limit that a little bit, so they made it more expensive, but that didn't really stop there. So I think the rule in the making would be to make it like one appeal card, so that you have one appeal per federation. As long as it gets accepted, you're fine. As soon as your appeal gets rejected, you lose that card, you can't appeal again. But it's still not, it's still in the discussions.
Yeah, working process.
Yeah.
Well, we're watching Jesse Grupper here from the USA. He is first finals of the year is this, I think, and he's someone who's, well, I said it during the semi-finals, just a lovely guy and such a cool climber to watch climb. You never quite know what Jesse's going to do next.
Yeah, he's one of those people who really has endless endurance, and he can just keep going. Once or twice I watched him train. I was like, does he ever come off the wall? What is this?
And he's tall enough to really stand on
very
this.
tall, but I think he might need a little bit of a swing for this one.
Yeah.
Just a baby swing.
Yeah, he's going to have to do some bouldery stuff. He's more of a lead specialist. He wants the crowd behind him. He turned and had a look. And the problem with stopping like this is, as you said, he's got to get a bit of a swing going.
Yeah, like this is a good place for him to rest. The other climbers could not rest in this position at all. And they had this high step, and they had to keep like being on their arms only for a bit. But he has this advantage now. He can really shake it off to be ready for this jump and the next section.
Well, here he goes for this jump.
He's a bit hesitant, but go Jesse.
Yeah, he needs to launch here.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I thought for a moment he might have rested just a little long and sort of talked himself out of that move, you know, when you look at it for that long time. It's never nice to move away from a good resting position as well, but he is safe at the moment.
Yeah, let's see which beta he chooses to do here. He might have a bit of less swing as his height might play disadvantage, but he's trying to see what to do. Heel hook is what he chooses. Might not be the best idea to release, but let's see what happens.
Yeah, he's okay. Swung those legs back, kicked them into the wall.
Yeah, seems much more comfortable on this heel hook.
Yeah, he does. But he's not going for that clip either. Gets the right hand.
Oh, what Yannick tried to do. No, Alex, sorry. Interesting.
He's gone too far. Oh, no, he hasn't. Look, he can get it. I thought he'd gone too far.
Yeah, he still managed to clip. That is great. Oh, this seems so intense. These crimps are pretty bad, I'd say.
Yeah, they are horrible. Right, well, Jess is in the top spot right now, 24 plus. Works the heel in and comes back down to rest. And Alex's appeal was not accepted. So he was trying to go from 21 to 23, so not just a plus, a couple of holds, but that's been rejected. So Jesse in the lead.
Nice cross move here. Let's see how he deals with the slopey section that's coming up. There is a jib on one of these volumes, but the following two I think have none.
This is good climbing from Jesse.
Yeah.
And this is where we see that endurance. Look at the way he's resting, so different.
Oh, see what he did? He was like in the bent elbow, and then he was just like, oh, but I can drop. And this is the most efficient resting position when your arms are straight, but it requires quite some grip strength for that.
All right, well, Jesse, let's hope he's got something back here.
Yeah, seems really flowy at the moment.
Well, look at that shot. That's beautiful. The crowd behind him, Jesse on the wall. That's giving me the goosebumps. And again, there's another clip by his face. He gets in. And there's the head wall coming up. So one final panel after this series of moves.
Super nice climbing from Jesse. Really nice to watch. Yeah, now we're coming to the yellow section. There are some really nasty holds.
He's timed this well as well. I mean, he keeps looking down at the clock. We've seen him come close in time before in other competitions.
Yeah, he's the one who trains climbing faster, actually. I have seen him try to do that, and yeah, pacing properly. I mean, pace is very important. You don't want to run out of energy too quickly, or sometimes resting too much can get you pumped, or yeah, make you lose time. But I think he's pacing it quite well at the moment. If he's in a position to do that, that's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's done well here, but he's going to have to get a bit of a move on now as we come up to 50 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, it's going to be quite enough. Yeah. I hope he doesn't rest anymore. Okay, there's no jib on this one anymore.
He's got 40 seconds. If he manages to do that, he's going to be down to the wire. Like, it'll be perfect timing if he doesn't fall off.
Yeah, no, he has to restrict himself from resting too much. Okay.
What a shot that is.
Powerful here, some compression coming up.
Jesse has 20 seconds and only about 3 moves to go here. Gets the heel in. Out.
Oh, oof. Has to try again with the toe hook to get himself longer. Misses it. Such great climbing here. Really impressive.
Well, the athletes, I think, appreciated that too. Everyone else getting shut down. Jesse going twice as high. Awesome from the USA athlete. Well, you couldn't wish it on a nicer man on the circuit. Jesse Grupper in the top spot, and that is going to take some beating. But we've got Toby Roberts, who's a fighter, and Sorato Anraku, who's a prodigy.
Both of them, yeah. Like, I could see both of those coming to the head wall. But Jesse has a medal, so yeah, he does.
Also, Jesse on that podium with 2 to go. It's going to be at least bronze for him.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the last 2 climbers now. This is exciting stuff. This was the rest down low, and I think he got a good deal back there in that rest.
Say that too. It really gave him some extra fuel for the upcoming section. So yeah, before the next climber comes up, we have another question. So how is qualifying for the Olympics for Paris different to how it was for Tokyo? The main difference is that back then we didn't have this Olympic qualifying event that included other sports. And this event gives 10 spots. What happened for Tokyo was that 7 spots were given on the World Championship, and this time it was 3. The Continental still stayed the same. There was an extra event for Paris too. It was 5 people from what I remember. Yeah, so it is a little bit like differently distributed, but it is still 3 different events. It is a pity that less people go from the World Championship. We in the Athletes Commission try to fight to get more go through there, but that was not what it was wanted by the politicians.
All right, well, that's the story about the Olympics, and this is a man who has certainly got his eye on that. He had a good World Championship, but he really wanted one of those tickets. He's an all-rounder. He's won medals in both events. So can Toby Roberts get another one here tonight?
Yeah, he has good chances. Depends how he will optimize his output in the first half, up to the jump and after the jump. If he can get past the transition from the blue to white, he has quite good chances to fight out. He and Jesse have like when they're pumped, they climb very similarly. They are very static climbers. They just lock it off and then try to move on. And then if a dynamic move comes up, then this is where they struggle. But the upper section seems to be like, lock off, go. So I think he has good chances up there.
Now, for British viewers who are supporting, or anyone supporting Toby Roberts here, and I might be overhyping this, but do remember the world champs, that lâché move, the swing and the jump, that's the move Toby made a mistake on. He's got a sort of a similar kind of scary jump coming up. So I'm just saying, hold your breaths if you're a Toby Roberts fan.
Come on.
Look,
I mean, he's a boulderer. This should be an okay move for boulders.
Should be.
Unless he's,
should be.
Should be. You know, you never know what's going on in people's heads, as we have already established. You know, some people sing songs, and I've seen the messages that some other people have that song on repeat, the lyrics on repeat on.
There we go. Glad that's resonated.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Toby's going to get these clips in easy.
But the person who's way more nervous than Toby is his dad.
Yes.
He's everywhere on every comm. He's following Toby as like my dad is, and we're like family teams supporting each other. Like when Toby was winning in bricks and we were there for his father, I had to go check on him first. I was like, "Are you breathing? Are you breathing, man?" Like, oh, barely.
Well, shout out to Tristan who's watching in the audience. All right, here we go, Toby. Let's put that world champs behind you. Get this moving.
3 swings, not that necessary, but oof.
Yeah. Well, I was worried.
Oh, yeah, me too. After that second swing, I was like, he also showed us that he was.
I think it is that goes to the world champs, but he's dispelled that now. That's gone.
Move on, boy, move on.
Exactly. All right, now it's a bit more resistance here. We've got a couple of bouldery moves to come, though, including this sequence to the left. Gets that long clip in.
Let's see which beta he chooses for this section. Seems to be going... Okay, toe hook. That's my favorite one, I'd say. I think it's the safest bet.
Definitely less of a swing, eh?
Oh, yeah. But he doesn't seem to be... Okay, he's like dragging basically on the upper screw-ons. They're not that nice, but it's smooth. Smooth swing.
Yeah, he is in. All right, Toby. But then again, it can be read a few ways. It's interesting how no one's done it the Alberto way.
Yeah. Oh, that was... The correction was good, though. Seems to be a bit more comfortable now.
And he's got that flexibility to rely on as well, but that's a shaky
this is,
toe.
I think, a mistake. He doesn't trust it, and it's too late to come back.
Oh, no. He doesn't trust it. And I don't think it was really there to be had, to be honest. It just is a bit too rounded, that hold.
It is. That hold is, I think, the worst of the set. And he realized when he put his toe up and released his left foot that it was over. That it's like either do it or he couldn't go back from it. Maybe a heel hook would have been a better option for that, but...
But then he was so low on it as well, to turn that toe into a heel.
It seems that the best was just to do what Jesse did. I don't know if he was just told to do that, but to keep the heel on the right white and then just pump in.
Well, Toby's run is done and he's outside of the podium. In fact, let me just update you on the scores. Well, I've got it in front of me. So currently Jesse Grupper leading the way with 42 plus, then Alberto with 23. So Alberto guaranteed a medal as well.
Yes.
And Toby Roberts, he is on the podium. 3rd place for Toby, 21 plus due to count back. That's why from Megos. So.
Yeah, but Megos did get a plus. Oh yeah,
you got a plus.
He wanted
to do 23.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so Toby is done, and one last climber to come. So Sorato Anraku, there he is. Sorato, I think he looks very serious out on stage, but he is so fun. As Shauna was telling me in Bern, he was playing with her kid, and he's fun.
He's a bit different than other Japanese climbers. Like, they seem to be more... keeping to themselves, really focused. Like, only Yoshiyuki is the one who's goofing around and actually, saying hi to people and stuff. Like, everyone else is really strict, short greetings and that's it. But Sorato is very interesting. His guy is, really young and, already congratulating him on his win was he was more hyped to get congratulated than me congratulating him. It was funny.
Now, there is an appeal going against Toby here, so another team has tried to downgrade Toby's plus. So we'll let you know what happens with that, but that could make a difference, so we'll see.
Yeah, it will make a big difference. That means that Alex would be pushed up, so I would assume that the German team appealed against it. So yeah,
I was trying to be diplomatic there, but yes, it's probably the German.
It is probably, yeah, there's no way anyone else would,
No.
but that's the thing, like, they are willing to risk it and to, get...
So that appeals there, so we'll let you know if that gets accepted or not, but right now Sorato should make easy work at the bottom of this route.
There is a question if the continental qualifiers are organized by the IFSC or is organized by a different organization. It should be, it is an IFSC organization, but the OQS is partial. I think it's not fully, but there is like involvement since IQS features other sports as well. But the continental ones, yes, they are. Also, maybe just by the continental IFSCs, like IFSC Europe, IFSC Asia, I think that's more like...
Yeah, the Pan Ams is organised by IFSC.
Pan Am.
Yeah. Right, let's just watch this for Toby here. So he starts the swing. Easy work from him.
He is the person that is so fluent in dynamic moves. Like, he flashes so many difficult coordination moves, like really tricky things that some people or I or others need to project for day 2, 3. He comes, like, warm-up flashes it. He's incredibly skilled. He's such good, like, sense of coordination and his body, and really impressive.
I find it hard to know when he's pumped as well. During the semi-final,
I watched that. I saw like, he flew, and then just fell.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming at all. He just looks very calm out there, but doing his flowy thing at the moment, just between those moves, it's beautiful to see. That sound in the background, by the way, is a rattle. We figured it out eventually from last night. There's kids swinging rattles in the background.
Here we go. The crux section goes with the toe.
Toby.
Oh, but he can actually chill on the toe. Oh, I can't believe this. And also his teammates are a bit surprised how easy he makes it look. Oh, effortless.
Ridiculous. Well, someone did a meme about me calling him his nickname, which is Sticky Sorato, so I'm going to say it again, okay? That is a sticky move with that toe from Sorato.
Totally. That's insane, really. I can't believe it.
Just to watch Toby try the same thing and really struggle it. And Sorato's like, oh, crack it in, no problem, let's go.
Another toe hook in. He seems so relaxed at the moment. Look at this. Beauty.
It's just, you know, if you're watching this and you want some inspiration, check out Sorato. Try to climb like he does if you're at your local gym. Awesome from him. And now he's at the head wall already. Look at the time as well. I mean, Jesse was like 140 at this point.
Yeah. He climbs pretty fast. He's not resting as much. He doesn't need to, obviously.
No. But remember the semis, so he's climbing up towards the leader. Remember how far Jesse is, though, all the way on the left.
I heard a rumor once that Sorato is doing intervals on the routes that people are projecting from the team.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Japanese team?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess that says it all. This was the rumor, like, before the season even started. I struggled a bit with this clip. You can see on his face that it's not as easy anymore, but keeps going.
But Sorato versus Jesse, and Sorato's very, very close right now. He's coming up to that point.
Slowly getting it. There is a little jib on it. He finds it. Oh.
Got to go for 42 plus.
He goes without a toe hook even. This is where... Now he won.
Yeah.
There we go. Can he get a top? Goes...
That was beautiful from Sorato. And that is the overall as well. So that's overall bouldering championship, overall lead, first season 16. Come on.
Yeah, let's hope he keeps it up. There is sometimes a curse for 16-year-old prodigies that they disappear after 2 years, but...
Well, I came to the commentary box, that's why, you see.
Yeah. But, but they, I hope it doesn't happen to him too. I think he has a really promising future in development. I think he has a lot of space for growth.
And that's something that Jakob Schubert said. He was like, you know, if I can just teach him things, because he is the next one to watch. You know?
Yeah, you can see it, and he's on a good path, and he's a good kid, so I can still call him a kid now. He is. one. But yeah, big future ahead of him.
Absolutely. Well, Sorato takes another victory. And although he didn't qualify for the Olympics in Bern, he'll have opportunities. The Asian qualifier coming up in Jakarta, which will be beginning of November, like mid-November. So that will be his next chance for that. And Stasha, you're going to go and interview.
Yeah, I will do that.
So good luck, and I'll see you in a bit for the women's. Well, that was the Japanese team's reaction to Sorato's top. Never really looked like he was struggling up there, did it? Sorato gets it done with absolute style. Came down, I think they're just really enjoying that moment. A brilliant win for Sorato. We'll wait for confirmation. And Toby Roberts, that appeal was rejected, so his score stands as it was. And let's see those results. So Sorato Anraku, a top for him, #1 spot. Jesse Grupper and then Alberto Ginés López with 23. Toby Roberts with 21 plus. Alex Megos 21 plus if you go after that. And Jesse Grupper gets that silver medal. A wonderful climb from him. And any other day it would have been his, but there was a certain Sorato in the way. And here he is, Sorato comes on. And you just get the feeling that we're watching a very early day regular champion here. You think back to people like Janja Garnbret, who came very young onto the scene and then just continued their trajectory. Will Sorato be one of those? He stands in the lights, soaking it all in. And I just got a message from another pro climber saying Sorato is a beast. Yes, he is a beast. Congratulations to him. And in a minute, he'll go down to Stasha for the interview. And look at that crowd now who have gathered. It's a running track and a sports stadium. That lead wall is attached to a boulder wall. And if you want to find more information about it, then we've got a little video up on Facebook and Instagram, which you can go and check. Not Instagram yet, Facebook and YouTube, I think it's on. So that's a video about the wall itself that we did the other day, so you can find out all the technical details about it. And there is the crowd with the I Love Janja sign, just hidden. She'll be in action soon. So let's go down and find Stasha, who's managed to get with Sorato at the front.
Hi Sorato, congratulations, and from what I've heard, you're also the overall winner of lead. Great job this season. How did you like the route?
I like swing move so much.
The swing move, did it make you nervous or was it easy?
I'm so nervous in swing move, but I am above, but I'm above this. Yes.
But was it hard route or was it okay? Was the route hard or was it okay for you?
So I'm so pumpy. So pumpy.
That's really good to hear. Like nice, really nice climbing. Good job and congrats for the victory. Nice.
Well, thank you to Sorato. Let's watch some of the highlights from the final, shall we? I'll sit back and let you enjoy all of the action. Well, there are the results. One last time. Sorato Anraku on the top spots. Then Jesse Group, Alberto Ginés López, Toby Roberts, Alex Megos, Yannick Flohé, Sam Avezou and Luka Potočar. So shame for Luka, but Slovenia does have another chance with Janja Garnbret, and we're almost time for the women's comp. There's a light show going on in the background. That's why it's very loud. I'd let you enjoy it, but we can't see it because there's a scoreboard in the way. Well, there we go.
There it is. It's a lovely one.
Where did the water come from? That's the fountain outside, right?
Yeah.
I was genuinely confused.
I don't even know where it is.
Outside left.
Okay.
Just to let you know. If you want to go swimming, it's there.
Is it on the roundabout?
Yes.
Then
in the
I
middle.
know. Okay, then I'd rather swim in the sea.
Well, we are by the seaside, and this is the women's comp. Noha Kume will come out first, qualifying in last. Yannick Garnbret got to the same hole design Mori did, but due to count back, she's in the number 1 spot and will climb last, which is where she really likes to be. So that's to come in a couple of minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, escort the finalists.
Well, here we go. Time for the women. I think they're going to be presented first of all.
Yeah, they will be. Yeah, they had their observation way ahead before, together with the men, and now it's just a presentation to the audience, and then 2 minutes after it begins.
Yeah, and we have got a little pause here in proceedings while we wait. Gets a chance to look at the audience there. And there's so many kids in the audience.
Oh yeah, kids love Janja. Janja is a sports hero of Slovenia. Just like Luka Doncic is. 2 of them are the top 2 athletes they look up to. And also Tadej Pogačar, he's the cyclist. Probably there are some others, but when you're someone's hero, they would do just anything to see you perform live. There were so many kids also in the qualies and semis looking for autographs, and she's doing some kind of cheering on T-shirts. She was signing T-shirts, I think, as well. I wasn't quite sure what the exact story is, but they love her. They love to see her. They cheer her up, and they're going to be very excited to see her hopefully win for them. Yeah, last year it was very close. She got second. It was quite a disappointment for the audience, which was a bit interesting to see. But I'm pretty sure she's back to grab the gold.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, look, we're putting a lot of pressure on her just by talking about Janja, and there is all this pressure. I mean, you know her well, and I'll ask you this in a second. We're just going to have a little pause here, and then I'm going to ask you about pressure. Well, there she is on your T-shirt. Yeah, so pressure, Stasha. She's human, and we've seen her get emotional before. I've talked to her and she does feel it. I mean, you train with her a lot, you've been with her a lot. How does she cope with this?
I don't know how she copes, but the last year here was very tough for her. She was struggling a bit to handle her emotions. She didn't want to express them, but they just the tears flew out. And you need to have nice words to say at this moment. She has a great team. We don't see each other very often anymore, but on the competitions we do. And it is. She went a bit.
Well, it's not just Stasha out there, of course. There are 7 other women, and it's such a stacked field. We've got the athletes not quite linked to the graphics there.
I think they might have gone out in a bit wrong order, but sometimes it's hard for the officials to explain to the athletes where they have to go.
Yes.
There are little papers on, and they tell the first one who has to go the furthest where they have to go to, but sometimes it's different and difficult to see.
Well, if you get confused about that, we'll say the name. So we've just seen an agreement, and that is Mia Krampel. She comes up, and there are the kids who are after Sharon So as well. Really popular here.
Yeah.
And then after that, Laura Rogora from Italy with a smile on. There she is. So close to, we're really close to the Italian border, so there will be a lot of Italians here too.
Quite a lot of Italians. It's not that far away. She might be a bit nervous too. She also seems very excited and can't wait to go on the road. But another Slovenian now, also first-time winner of the World Cup this year, Vita Lukan, sorry. She's really a hard worker. She had some struggles this year as well, but she's overcome them. She had so many knee problems in the past, and yet she is back in the finals, and she is doing really well in the season.
Yeah, and that gold was incredible in Briançon, like just crazy. Natsuki Tani from Japan, one of 3 Japanese athletes in this final, so 3 Japanese, 3 Slovenians.
Yeah, Natsuki actually, last year she missed a clip in the semifinals. She actually went further, but she forgot to clip one, and that took her out of finals.
Yeah, that was really
very
emotional.
unfortunate there, yeah.
And so there is the, we saw those flags yesterday, and I didn't manage to find them. I want to find out if they come from Korea or if they just happen to be here. But
I think they do come from, do you think they might have come specifically
well,
here?
this is what I want to know.
Maybe they were just on holidays.
Well, exactly. I spoke to a couple yesterday who'd driven from Edinburgh in Scotland, 26 hours to make it here. So you never know. Maybe it's a quick flight over.
Yeah.
And I'm Mori as well. Now, she was up against Janja last year. I beat Janja, so it's the comeback for Janja in her front of her home crowd, and look at the reaction.
Oh, she's pink on her face. Lovely.
Take the lights.
Nice. That's going to be exciting now.
Pink face, pink hat. But she will be over there, and she loves it. I mean,
oh yeah.
And she spends so much time with this crowd as well. She was signing autographs for a long time.
Yeah.
She really cares.
And I guess there's a lot of friends and family around. I think everyone just loves this event.
I love it. I'm having a wonderful time. Well,
Me too.
It really is great. It's by the seaside. The weather's wonderful. The Aperol Spritz is flowing, and it's time for the women. This was the observation period. They get 6 minutes to check this out. 6 minutes, 4 minutes. My mind has gone blank.
Oh.
Yeah, yours too, right? No,
Yeah.
I
think it is 6 minutes.
I think it is 6 minutes as well. Well, I'm sure you'll correct me at home if I'm wrong. My mind's shut down. But anyway, the athletes get a time to read the route. They read it together often. They share beta. It's pretty unique to climbing. And you can see that spin from Janja. There is one of those moves in the middle, potentially.
Yeah, there is a spin, and hopefully it's not cheatable. Sometimes, which I don't like, people use the figure 4 to get their way out, and the only way you can use a figure 4 in this situations it's when you have a really good grip, or you can really drag or hang from a hold.
Just explain what a figure 4 is for people who don't know.
So figure 4 is when you cross your opposite leg through your arm, so over your elbow, and you kind of use that push into your elbow. You push with your leg into your biceps, basically, your arm, to change the direction of motion and go towards, like, make a slight rotation or something similar. But you can only do this, so with this push you get extra push in your hand, so you need to have a really good grip or a really good hold, or, well, you have to be exceptionally good at hanging there on one arm and extra push on that arm. Not everyone can do it. I personally choose to do just campus, do 360, 180, whatever it's called. For me, that's easier than figure 4. Sometimes it's not necessary.
Yeah, a move coming from ice climbing. Let's see if it's necessary here tonight.
That's true, that's the thing.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Well, there is the women's route coming on the left of the wall, through the steepest part, really, that roof section, and then up to an enormous, really committing jump at the top.
Yeah, we know sometimes tricky falls happen with committing jumps. Like Janja had a bad one last year in the European Champs.
Yeah, head first down towards the ground.
Yeah, she got scared for her life.
I got scared. I thought Janja was dead. I thought that was it. She was on a rope, though, of course.
Well, she can't die on it.
Physically impossible to hit the ground. But I still had that moment of like, oh my goodness.
Like, the only thing that can happen is that the leg comes in, or like you kind of get twirled inside. So that's the difficult part, but otherwise it's very safe.
Absolutely. Well, the last 8 athletes here in the 23 Koper competition. This wall, brand new from last year. It's just really been around for a year. There's a world record ready speed wall at the front, and over 40, I think, plus routes that can be fitted onto the space when it's not in comp mode. So when you come and turn up as just a gym climber. So there's lots of space here.
It's a very nice wall. It was firstly opened last year, and I like the angles. It's not like a typical World Cup wall because it's not mounted, obviously, it stays here. But it has a little bit like of change of angle throughout. So that's good for the flow. Like sometimes the leads World Cup routes such as Villard and Chamonix, they can get pretty boring because there's like a straight section, a very overhanging section, and then the head wall, which is slightly overhanging, a bit less than the middle part. But then you have to put so many volumes on to create some kind of diversity in the movement. Yeah, it gets a bit monotonous, but that's why I like the like the fixed walls like Arco, Koper, Innsbruck.
Yeah, and it's on the Innsbruck kind of scale, isn't it? I mean, you look at it and you think it looks a bit like Innsbruck.
Yeah.
And it just means the Slovenian team finally get that training facility they deserve.
Oh yeah, they don't have to travel to Innsbruck so much.
Yeah. Well, Nano Hakume is underway. She's 19. She's got a silver medal this year in Chamonix. She's more than capable of doing this. And quite a cruxy route, really physical in sections.
Okay, yeah, I missed that part when you talked about the route setters. I came only for the men's.
Yeah, where were you? You were late, unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you told me the time. I was there in time. You should tell me when to come for the briefing.
Well, I knew you were climbing. I didn't want to disturb you.
But yeah, I will hopefully see what you're talking about now. We can already see there's a bad sloper coming up. I have to smear on the other one at the bottom. And then it gets a little bit more 3D with the big blue and yellow volumes coming up.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a jump here. So early on, it's like the men's. It just unsettles them a little bit.
We love the early jumps. Oh, and it's it is not easy to hit those two holds. They're a bit far at the back. Slightly blind jump.
Yeah, we might lose some people here. Pretty easy.
Okay, that's way closer than it looks on the camera.
Yeah. It's funny how it does. Sometimes you see things differently on camera, like it appears different. But it's a nice bucket hold for the left hand.
Sometimes also from the ground, like the moves look either further apart or closer together. Like for me, I tend to misjudge the distances, and I think something is like really close. And then I come there and I'm like, uh-oh, that I can't jump or reach that. Might need to do the actual intended beta.
All right, well, Nana Hakume is through the first section of the route here. From here, it starts, well, basically from here onwards, it just traverses leftwards and upwards. And there's a tricky sequence where this is the moment coming up where Stasha was talking about the possible Fig 4, but also really it's more of a spin. Potentially no feet if you just want to launch.
Yeah, I think the next hold seems quite good. It is, I think, the same one that we've seen her jump to previously. Catches a clip in the second try. Okay, now let's see which one she chooses to do. Like, yeah.
And she buries her left toe into that pocket. And then that's the spin we were talking about. So she twists around. She's got to watch that rope, though. It's a bit awkward. And then she flicks it out. Oh.
But yeah, luckily the pocket on the right is big enough that you can still help yourself up a bit. And then you have a massive heel hook inside, which is really good.
They're pretty good, those pockets. It's hard to see it from the ground, but...
It's smaller though, but yeah, 3 fingers nicely fitting in. That's considered a good pocket. If it's 4 fingers, then it's a jug. Yeah.
So she is on the flat holds now. And then gets the clip in, and then crimps coming up, side pulley crimps here. And you can see the tick marks left by the setters to indicate to the athletes where they are.
Not everything is visible from all directions, and it's very useful to have these tick marks. But sometimes I wonder how they tick them. Like, okay, they tick them according to the index finger. And
that's a good point. I've never thought about that.
I thought of this only yesterday, actually.
Yeah, does it show the top of the hole? Because when you make your own tick mark, you decide.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes in like outdoors, you make 2 ticks to indicate between which 2 lines you have to aim for. Or I prefer like 1 tick for the middle finger, but a lot of people tick for the index finger.
Yeah.
So
that's a really good question?
Actually, yeah, I've noticed this last year.
I'll try to find out. That's a great question. I've never thought about it. Oh, no, she falls. So it's going to that crimpy side pull she fell on.
Yeah, it was an uncomfortable position for her with the heel hook. It seems that the sloper she was on was really bad, and we could already see that matching that hold seemed to be quite a challenge for her, and yeah, it's difficult to proceed to the undercling. We had a very similar, or let's say exactly the same move in qualifications in the actually exact same spot, where we had a sloper and then we had to heel hook on the right side, match, and then go onto the undercling and then take the foot out and slap another side pull. That's really funny. Coincidence. No.
Yeah, I guess there's themes that develop sometimes within setters, especially when it's the same crew. Obviously, set the qualies and semis and finals.
Although these holds look way worse than what we had in the quali. That's a bit of a miss.
Oh yeah, that was
too
move
short.
Down low.
Saved herself on this hold and then hit it again. And also with the pocket, sometimes you don't know where exactly it is, so you need to sometimes overshoot to land in it properly, because if you're too low, then you have no chance to grab on that. And here you can see didn't really have the stability there.
So that was her fall, but it's the high point for the rest of the athletes to aim at. Okay, well, the crowd is about to go crazy. She's an Olympian from the last games. Mia Krampel is out. We love Mia. Those guys are organised down there. I thought it was just We Love Janja.
Yeah, I mean, the similar thing was also in Bern.
Yes.
They had the letter, but I think that was volunteers.
It was. We did a video about them. I timed them in a challenge.
Oh, so how quickly they can change.
Yes, so they only had a few letters with them, so I had to be quite limiting on the amount. So that's on the IFSC YouTube channel if you want to go check it out. Right, Mia Krampel is about to pull on, and I can't wait to see Mia climb.
Yeah, I saw her father yesterday in qualies while she was climbing, and yeah, he was stressed, and it's always that sigh of relief when their like daughters or sons do quite okay, and then it's like, oh, okay, everything went all right. Phew.
We need like a dad support club here at the IFSC. I mean, it's mainly called the bar, I think. But,
yeah, probably, yeah. The dads.
Dad's drinking place. Right, Mia is into the flat holds. And now she's just working these feet out. Doesn't want to make a mistake down low. Needs to be careful, of course. Gets that high clip in as she's nearing this jump, which we know isn't too bad. A big hole for the left hand to come.
Yeah, this one has a little edge on it. It's not as flat as some of the holes we've seen.
Oh, she slips! That right foot. Oh, and she's obviously so disappointed.
As the audience obviously is, nobody really...
So she put her foot on the hole to set herself for the jump and just lost it on that.
Yeah, not enough pressure on the hold. He's obviously very disappointed. So unfortunate to see this early fall.
Oh, there's a big line of rubber down that foothold now. Oh, Mia puts that disappointment behind her to wave to the crowd, but yeah, that is going to be one of those moves that haunts her dreams tonight. It's just a case of when you don't properly set the foot and you almost, it's not rush, well sometimes it is rushing, but it's just moving before your foot's properly on something.
Yeah. Slight miss.
Well, you know, it's a private moment for her, but she is in public as we zoom in on Mia, but we can see, yeah, it just means everything. So we'll get a chance to do that. So she cleaned her shoes obviously down at the bottom, nothing to do with that. It's just, I mean, weirdly, I saw it in a comp last weekend of Milari Scalaris. She just put her foot on something and went before it was quite there.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Nobody really knew what happened.
Straight slip. You
can
see the black rubber left there.
Yeah, she did leave a line completely there. Oh, really, this is... An early slip is maybe the worst thing that can happen to you in a lead route. It happened to me also in European Championships last year in the semi-finals. Still feeling fresh, about to get into the hard section, and just the same thing happened.
Yeah, well, Mia sits. Laura Rogora is up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, representing
So she kissed the biceps, and now she's going to put those biceps in action.
I have just got an info that actually, when it comes to tick marks, that the Japanese climbers are ticking for the pinky
Oh, interesting.
on the rocks.
So that could make a big difference as a Japanese team. I would, as in like a Japanese setter team.
Yeah, I mean,
That would really
I
throw
guess they
everyone off, wouldn't
communicate
it?
with other teams, and I guess
Wait,
the
no,
climbers will also
We
see.
don't know. This is a new world for us.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how that's figured out, but it's not regulated, obviously.
No.
So I don't know. Usually these screw-ons are so small that it really doesn't matter.
Oh, Lara had a big moment there. She put her foot on the no-tex and slipped around with the right foot.
A lot of slips.
Lara is looking a little bit jerky here at the beginning. She hasn't found any flow yet, so needs to climb her way into this route. So Lara will need to settle, and she's got a jump coming up, which is not her most favourite of moves. So Lara with a moment, but here she can rest. She shakes out.
Yeah, it's a comfy position before the big moves. Hopefully she doesn't get too distracted with the line from Mia that you can see. Yeah, she hesitates a bit, puts her foot on, but yeah, it is a good execution after all. So
Yeah, she's been working on those jumps a lot.
course.
Needed to, really, to up her game in that department. Well, she's through this jump, so that's good.
now comes to this crimpy section up.
All right, so she's on underclings underneath. Yeah, both foot squatted up underneath her body here as she leans back, rests, just trying to find the clock pointing upwards towards the athlete so they can keep an eye on the time. And we saw Jessie earlier on really try to time it. Stretches up into the pocket. All right, so Laura is in. She's got the heel in that pocket. Slip.
Whoa, that is, she got tangled in a rope. Oh God, what have we seen on this route so far?
Bit of everything, isn't it? She's still in trouble here.
Yeah, but now she can luckily, get herself back. Luckily she clipped before, otherwise that would be a messy climb to get out of.
Well, this has not been the smoothest of runs from Laura Rogora, but she's still fighting onwards. Stretches up. It's that static ability that she has. Up with the left hand on the flat holds now. Well, she's had two big scares early on here. Well, I say early on, she is kind of halfway, at least halfway up now. But yeah, really physical, powerful sequences to come. So she's burnt herself a little bit getting out of there. She may be in trouble.
Yeah, might have been a bit of a panic there. In the second, it probably was like, oh no. Yeah. But still managed to keep it together. Now let's see how this crimpy section turns out. She can manage to rest and like pace herself properly.
Well, look at that. I'm looking at the tip marks now. It's definitely index finger.
Yeah, absolutely is. It's at the top part of the hold, but she's beginning to struggle, and now she's still barely holding this.
Yeah, fingertips only on that slope. And this is the move that Nanaha fell on, coming out to this left side pull. She gets it, and that'll move her up in a minute into the top spot. There we go, due to count back, and now she's obviously got higher. Each hold is worth a high different point score.
She's totally stretched out, and she still has a heel hook, but now she needs to do the shoulder. And a bit too low for that move, unfortunately, but she leads the board now.
Well, Lara is gone. And that pink light again catching the athletes as they stand in that position. All right, so Lara finished. And we're now, let me just check out the scores for you as they stand. So Laura is leading the way with that, 33 plus for her. Then Anoa Hakume on 31 plus, and Mia Krampa with an early slip, just 11 plus for her down in third. Vita Lukan, Natsuki Tani, Shenso, Mori, and Janja Garnbret to come in this women's comp. We've already done the men's. My name is Matt Groom, and I'm joined by the one and only Stasha Gare in the commentary box.
Oh, you're so flattering, Matt. I can't deal with it.
I genuinely am. I mean, you've ignored me all year for this, and finally I've managed to tempt you back in it.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I like it.
Well, that's good. It'd be embarrassing in air if you said you didn't. That'd be a real problem. Now, this was the canvas. Look at, I mean, she's got crazy skill. So, I mean, strength to lock that off like that and not drop it with the one arm.
That was hard to know what to do. And then she had to hang on this one arm, try to find the hole. It was too far, and then she realized she can match the one and then save herself with the heel. But here, you can see she stayed too low. The arms were too far at the back. No, not enough juice for that one.
Oh, that was a story. Laura's run. More athletes to come.
And now Vita is on, and I think everyone around here is excited to see her come up on the wall, and hopefully she doesn't.
Yeah, she had a very bad...
Make a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. She had a very bad knee injury that she's recovering, or I think she's recovered from with that gold medal. But, you know, it's still there in the back of her mind, so it's so good to have her back.
Hopefully not too much pressure because of all of these people here to watch the Slovenian climbers.
Yeah, this is a big deal if you are Slovenian, obviously, and having a comp of this magnitude. And at the end of the season as well, it just feels more exciting somehow.
Yeah, and like we had more time to prepare for this comp. The schedule got a bit more dispersed after the World Championships, or rather after Chamonix and Briançon. There was more time to prepare for Bern, and then now there was a lot of time to prepare for Koper. So it does bring a little bit of more relaxed attitude, and you're feeling fresh again. But yeah, Vita is now at the jump. She didn't take like a long rest there. She's aiming for it and seems to be quite confident at it.
Yeah, she seems to be in her flow here, which is good to see.
Yeah, everyone's relieved, I think, now. Now on to the next section.
Yeah, there's plenty more to come, but she's got that tricky jump that did put pay to Mia Krampa. So we had one slip up early. The second Slovenian athlete is through. You can see the chalk there falling on her face as she climbs.
Says not to use a crimp. Goes to the undercling. Now needs to set herself up. Oh, struggling with the clip. It's really hard to clip these long quick thrusts. Like in every comp, I see people struggle, and I do myself. It's just you grab it, you think you're gonna grab it on one side, and then it lands on the completely opposite side, and then you have to turn it around, and then you grab it again, and it happens again. So you just keep getting pumped while not clipping yet.
I mean, it's bad for you guys. It's worse for us watching. Trust me. You just all you want to do. Oh, look at that spin from Vita.
Nice.
Oh, this is.
Oh, that was so powerful. Nice.
Also, Vita is in a confident mood here this evening. Bumps up to the flat hold above her head.
She lost her quick draw.
Like chalk bag.
Chalk bag, sorry.
Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. We can't handle
What
this.
is happening tonight?
I don't know. It's a wild comp. There is the chalk bag that drops.
Oh, no.
Now, look, for people who don't know, chalk improves the athlete's grip, because when you get sweaty, you can peel off the holds, and that is, I mean, look, we've seen Janja do it before when she forgot a chalk bag.
Like, that doesn't happen very often. It happened once or twice, but she knows now that she needs to not be bothered with it. She just has to keep going. She might try to chuck, but
yeah, she might reach back and it's just instinctual,
like
isn't
automatically, but she is still very confident.
Wow, well, this is, if she can do something here, I mean, she's in second place. That's the slope of Laura fell on. If she can get to there, she will move above Laura because of count back.
Release the foot first, such a nice position. You can see the strength in here.
Oh.
I'm just imagining. I started sweating
Yeah.
like crazy.
Well, for those of you watching thinking, well, look, she's clearly doing okay, it's so much harder for Vita Lukan without that chalk bag right now. So she's got underneath the roof, she's into the underclink. That won't be so grip dependent, it's quite big, but then these become flat again, so
Hopefully she can continue for a few more moves. Like now she needs to get the clip, but she just not to. And that was it. Obviously, not happy about it, but
she looked straight at her hands, didn't she?
you can feel it instantly. I mean, sometimes, you know, when you train on a spray wheel and you do like between 20 and 30 moves, you sometimes go without the chalk bag. You just like chalk up at the boulder bag before you go, and then it's fine, you know. But it is a bit of a mental thing in the comps. Sometimes people over chalk.
Yeah, it can be. And look, both the Slovenian athletes had moments out there. And that makes me so nervous to watch Janja. I mean, look, I'm not being biased towards Janja, but you've got to understand what this crowd is doing right now. It's that. It's like everyone is watching the Slovenian athletes, and you just will them on a bit because of that support they're getting. Well, let's see some of Vita's moments. This was before she lost the chalk bag, coming up into the jump. Yeah, I want to see how she exactly lost it, because it seemed like the whole strap, I mean, it is attached by like a clicky button buckle thing.
She hit her face a bit on the rope and then continued to do the flip in this section, but she... Oh,
there, just...
She didn't even pull on
hit it, did she?
No, it just opened up.
Oh, see, look, it fell off there, and then it took a while to actually... And it was when she reached for it.
She moved, and then...
Because it got stuck on the gear loop for a while at the back.
Damn.
Wow, well... I mean, it does happen. We've seen it happen, and... Yeah, well, there we go. That was more drama. Can you handle any more drama if you're watching at home? I can't.
I don't know. I don't think I can handle any more of it.
You're going to give up? We're just going to
I'm just going to leave this box here. Like,
please don't.
Yeah.
Well, 4 athletes to go, and we'll have a little bit of a break. And she's talking about the chalk bag. At least you can see the funny side of it. Talking to Jan Vert there, the IFSC photographer at the event, and you can go and check out his photos on
He's
Instagram.
probably like...
I hope he caught it on camera.
We couldn't throw it back to you. Imagine that.
I don't know if it's even if you're down low, do you think someone can lob it to you?
I don't think so, no. Just as if in bouldering, like, you can't ask for a chalk. You know how in outdoor climbing you can ask for someone to bring the chalk bar when you're in an E-bar?
Yeah.
But here, no.
No, sadly not. All right, well, drama here. Our top 4 are done. Vita Lukan leads the way despite the chalk bag. La Rogora, Nohanoha Kume, and Mia Krampel after that. Well, look, we'll have a little bit of a break here while we watch some of the action. Sit back and enjoy, and we'll talk to you in a moment. Well, our crowd are enjoying it, as are we in the commentary box, and hopefully you guys are back home as well. We've got 4 athletes to come. Natsuki Tani is next. This was taken actually just before the competition. You can see the athletes warming up in the background. So we had that all set up and ready to go. So Natsuki Tani has had a pretty packed season. Best result was 6th in Vila. She's another one of our young athletes coming through. She's just 19. Part of a massive and strong Japanese team. And remember, you can send some questions over to Stasha if you want to know anything about comp climbing or her expertise as an athlete, or just to generally compliment her, you can do that.
Yeah, people have been sending those too. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I read every single message. Don't feel ignored. It's just hard to text and commentate, you know?
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah.
I can barely breathe and speak half the time. It's a
so
lot.
hard.
A lot going on here. Right, Natsuki Tani is underway. She makes this first clip nice and easy from her. But remember, we've had so much drama already. Do not look away for a second. Our final 4.
Yeah, blink and something might happen. Let's see if we lose another chalk bag. Hopefully not. Yeah, this is like a good reminder to check your clips on the chalk bag. Like, I haven't checked mine in a while, but I've noticed mine on the rope bag that sometimes I clip it in and then I just pull the strap to tighten it. And it happened to me twice that I just pulled the whole thing off, and I'm like, oh, this needs replacement.
Okay, well, please don't do that, because if you do, I will remind you of this conversation. All right, so Natsuki Tani is through the first couple of moves, nice and easy for her, and she's setting herself up for this jump. Look at that black smear of rubber from Mia. And Natsuki Tani is one of those who does not like a jump either.
Not really. She came back to rethink and recalibrate.
I've seen her get into bad positions because she just sort of refuses to commit to a dynamic move. So hopefully she doesn't think about this too much.
Yeah, with jumps actually you just have to not think too much. Also, if it's like a dyno at the top part of the boulder, you just have to not think how high up the ground it is.
Well, look, she's trying to stretch up statically for this. And this is it. I've watched her do this before, and she can just talk herself into trying it a different way. And yeah, sometimes it works for her as well.
Yeah, of course, but I'm pretty sure they made it uncheatable, and you just have to go for it. Ooh, that was... I won't say it was close, but it wasn't the smoothest.
No, you see the Japanese team responding. They must have just been like, just go,
come on.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, though, of course. The athlete's really going through stuff out there on the wall, but yeah, she got the jump done. And now she will carry on. Above Mia Krampel. Vita Lukan 40 plus. What a high point without a chalk bag for her.
Yeah, but that time when Janja lost her chalk bag, where was that?
Vila. Yeah.
But she still topped the route, right?
Yeah, she still won, I think. Yeah. I wasn't actually commentating on that one, but she won it.
That was insane. I couldn't believe that.
And I think it happened this season. I think I got a bit of stick for missing it because chalk bag. I blinked and I missed a chalk bag fall. So I think it happened in Chamonix, potentially. I can't actually remember. Right, she jumps out towards the left, gets that toe buried into the pocket, or heel, sorry. And she's doing this. Oh, I thought she was flick flooring. I thought she was going to demonstrate it for you.
She's going to put her heel up above her head. Oh. Okay.
One arm up.
Yeah, it seems like that the figure 4 is not the most optimal thing to do, and it kind of feels like cheating, you know. You're not
I love a fig 4. So I'm an ice climbing fan, though, so I appreciate it.
I mean, in lead or in bouldering, like when I see figure 4, I'm like, oh, come on, use some power, man. What is this? This is a bad thing to say. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, of course, everyone has to find their own solution and what.
Stasha, I can't tell you what to say. I would never want to or dare to. Natsuki Tani looks down at the clock. 2 minutes 40 on the clock as we zoom right in on that hand on the slope up.
It's quite a slow pace. I mean, she is like at a bit more than the half of the route, and she has 2.5 minutes still. She's obviously using her rest time, so if she passes the following crux section, she might struggle to finish the route, but let's see.
Yeah, she's onto these ticked side pull crimps now. Bumps the right hand up. Oh, just made that left hand stick. Really having to work now. She is going to have to speed up, I think. 2 minutes, a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, she will rest a bit. I mean, it is a powerful section coming up, and there's a quick rest. Just the toe hook, we saw that Laura was in the bottom foothold and still stretched out with the heel, but Natsuki cannot reach that one, so she has to go from here. It might be a bit of a disadvantage for shorter climbers in this one, because they are very stretched out, and that means that they have to jump higher up to be able to hold this swing, because you cannot hold this shoulder move with stretched out arms, and it requires a lot of shoulder strength, shoulder muscles, activation, but yeah, mostly getting the height, so that comes from the left foot mostly.
Yeah, well, this is the towel she put down on the ground. The athletes do that to protect their feet from the last bit of dust. We see it in bouldering a lot. And then this was the jump that she tried to static a few times and couldn't, and then eventually went for the launch and the jump. And Stasha is looking at questions right now next to me, so she will answer some in a
Firstly,
sec.
compliments. Thank you.
Goodness
Thank
me,
you.
come on everyone, don't lie to Stasha on Instagram.
I don't like it.
And she went up into that crimp.
And this might be a question for you. If we know if the IFSC going to broadcast all the Olympic qualifying comps, and if you're going to commentate them. Qualifiers.
The qualifiers, it's a tricky one because there's a few things up in the air, but if they happen in the way we think, then yes, I will be doing
But the continentals for sure.
Some of them, yep. So the one in Chile, I don't know yet because it's a different kind of organisation.
Okay.
But I'll definitely be doing Rome next week, Laval, and the Asian qualifier.
The Asian qualifier.
Oceania is a bit far. Someone's got to stump up for me a plane ticket there. And yeah, Chile's up in the air. But yes, I certainly very much want to, and if I didn't, I'd stamp my feet and throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, you should.
I want to be there.
Yeah.
Right, Shen So from Korea, we'll get a big reaction. This is kind of like, you look at this women's top three, Shen So, Mori and Yannick Garnbret, and this is the who's who of lead climbing in the women's comp at the moment.
Yeah, she's a good overall climber, really talented. I think she, at the beginning of her World Cup appearances, she struggled a little bit with bouldering, but she massively improved in this year specifically. Yeah, podiums. Yeah, so a very good candidate for the Olympic Games. Impressive climber. Yeah, also had a little bit of an unlucky World Championships result. Felt really sorry for that. Yeah, she definitely deserved to be in the following rounds. But yeah, as I said, it was a tricky bouldering qualifier, and many people were out of it. Miho as well. It was not the best comp for us.
Yeah, I feel like she really, like, if I could give away tickets to people who deserve it, she deserves it.
Totally,
just for the hard work.
I was like, she's definitely getting it. Like, this was for me a sure thing. But yeah, everything can happen in competition climbing, and yeah. It is what it is. It's a game, and there's so many good competitors, and yeah, the route setting just changes so much from comp to comp. You can't expect any consistency anymore.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, it makes it interesting for us watching for sure, because every comp feels like a whole new journey.
Yeah. And every round as well.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right, she is setting herself up into this jump, and I think she will confidently launch through this one. Your questions coming to Stasha. She'll answer them whenever there's a pause in proceedings here. Shen So launches up, gets the jump with ease.
So, question. What is my perspective when it comes to the fear of falling or high-risk moves in lead climbing? Are there specific mental tricks that I use to attempt high-risk moves on a lead wall? Well, it depends. You know, the fear of falling and risk are two different things. So if it's a fear of falling, it is sometimes related to high risk if you're above the quick draw. But if you're like at the quick draw height, it's not really scary anymore. Like, you can do whatever you want. Sometimes even the rope is like in your way. But in competitions, you're never that far away from the quick draw. Sometimes in traverses, that gets a bit scary. You just have to forget and convince yourself that you will be handled well in your fall. But the scariest part is definitely at the top and the top jumps, and in this case, you really just have to don't look down.
Yeah,
that's
don't think about it.
Like, literally, don't look down. Just look at where you have to land. Focus on the movement. and try to relax as much as possible, because in high balls, for example, it can get very tricky. But here we see Cheon really cruising this section, even putting the heel up, not needing to camp as the last move to save energy. Really looks chill on the wall.
Yeah, she's doing well here. She tried to get her toe into that pocket momentarily, then dropped it down. And now she's going to do that big bump up. Oh, she loses her feet though this time. And then puts them back into that pocket. Resting her way through this. 3.5 minutes now on the clock and about halfway through. So good timing so far. Now she locks that heel. Eyes up the next slopey holds. Dual text there, you can see it shining in the lights, and no texture at all where her thumb is, or her thumb is in a hole. But
yeah, but there is enough of edge on the left side of it so that she can hang into it. Like, dual text holds are like now a new normal.
What about no text from the World Champs?
Yeah, the thing with those no text, I don't think anyone has them yet, or maybe just a few very chosen athletes got to train on them before. I don't know.
No, from what I hear, it was very new, those.
Yeah, but the thing is, now in competition climbing, almost everything you see, like not really everything, but especially in bouldering comps, those holds are not available to be purchased yet.
No.
They come out the following season. And it's really hard for teams also. Sometimes they're not available, sometimes just certain teams have holds, and this brings a bit of an unfair advantage, which we have faced quite a lot this season. But yeah, sometimes you have to be annoying and bother the producers and like the manufacturers to get some.
Right, well, this is a hard sequence coming up for Shen So here. She needs to make this shouldery move out left. You can see the tick mark and the jib on the black volume. So she sets herself, nails it, and now just needs to bring her feet back into the wall, which she does.
Good control of the movement, really solid in the shoulders.
It's crazy watching her chalk up all the time and thinking Vita did this without a chalk bag.
Yeah. Maybe it's humid, I don't know. We're in the commentary box, I think it's way more humid here, but we should use some chalk bags. She moves now into the overhanging part. Like, will go into the underclick and falls for Vita.
Well, that means that Vita is right up on the podium, and we're gonna.
Is she? Are you sure?
Well, hang on. Yeah, sorry, I said that without actually
that?
looking. Hang on, let's have a look here.
She is.
She is. Yeah,
she is.
So she's
the
first
podium.
with 2 to go. So she's guaranteed a bronze. So Team Slovenia gets someone in, but unlucky for Shen So there. We'll see a replay of it in a moment, and you can see a bit disappointed from her. And Vita, well, there she is. She is guaranteed a medal, and eyes shining there.
Yeah, from that disappointment comes up to the happiness and
what a story as well.
Oh, you know, I lost a chalk bag and then I got third.
Yeah, I think you've got to have
one. At least,
one.
I mean, let's not judge too quickly, of course.
No, of course.
Oh, well, yeah.
She does a little boot things that she puts over her feet to stop dust in a similar way to the towel does. And it was a good run from her, easy in that first jump. Total commitment, very smooth from her, and then from then onwards it was a bit of a masterclass until she got to that final black and white section. This was the shoulder move, very powerful, and bringing those feet back in.
You can see the height. Like, Laura and Natsuki fell on this move, and they were way more stretched downwards in this move, and like the people who had control of this move, which is Cheon and Vita, they were really like almost 90-degree angle. Yeah. Like Vita maybe even higher up, and this is the best way to control such moves, people. And also the safest for your shoulders. If you drop too low in your shoulder, you might risk an injury, keep in mind.
Yeah, it's true. Shoulder injuries in climbing is a bad thing. Well, this is where she fell, coming up to the flat blocked hold.
Too many underclings, maybe.
Yeah.
Biceps pump.
Generally, there are in life, I find. Far too many. I don't like an undercling.
Yeah, no. Too many of them can be really deadly.
All right, well, 2 athletes to go. Mori will be out next. There she is. She spins. Oh, what is that? I want one of them.
Some Japanese
squishy
gummy
dog toys.
Okay.
Hey, why not? I interviewed Mori earlier about the Olympics and just talking to her, and like I was asking her about preparation. easy to forget how young she is because she's still at uni full time, so she can't
she
do all
does
the
study.
World
What
Cup.
does she study?
I have no idea. I should have asked her, but I didn't. Sorry. But yeah, she was saying how she won't be able to make all the World Cups next year because of study. So she's going to have to balance this being Olympian and, I'd drop school in a heartbeat. I'd be gone. Don't take my advice if you're listening. Go to school.
I wanted to say, where were your parents to prevent you from
Listen, I have a master's degree. Okay? I'm highly educated over here.
Okay, then it's all right.
Also a trained actor, but that's less highly educated, I think.
Yeah, I've seen you star in some movies recently.
Oh, yeah.
Or rather, my parents caught you on TV.
Really? Oh, yes.
Yeah, such a picture.
Yeah, we won't mention that right now. Right. Mori is, Google it if you want to see. Mori is underway. She's 19. She's just so good at climbing. I've run out of words there, but she's going to be an Olympian next year in Paris, and let's see if she can take the win. And remember, last year, Mori beat Janja, and there was a lot of hype about this battle.
Yeah. But let's see how she deals with the powerful moves. Like, she is a little bit shorter and, like, generally smaller than others. So
Yeah.
she's still very young and might not have fully developed yet, like, because maybe she has still some growth left in her youth.
And there has been a lot of chat about Mori's height because she does sometimes struggle on those reachier moves. But it's something I asked about in Bern, and I said to the route setters, look, is this something you're considering? And it is something they're considering.
Yeah,
they
of
literally
course.
measure, they know how long the athlete's arms
Yeah.
are. They don't make moves that are impossible for smaller climbers.
Yeah, they have, route setters sometimes have like a full database of the arm widths and heights of all athletes. Like, they have this, they don't make impossible moves.
No.
Because, or like, they assume how tall people are. They know exactly how tall people are.
And they measure it. So it's not that she ever climbs moves that are impossible for her. It's just, it's sometimes a power thing, or it's just not suits you. And of course, height does make a difference. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yeah, of course. But you want to make something where the height won't matter at all.
Yeah.
And this is the goal, but sometimes, you can't achieve it as ideally as you'd like.
Well, she's climbing well at the moment. Comes up underneath. She made the jump look super easy as well.
Yeah, she even hang on the right arm for a second. I thought she might drop for a minute, but then she just easily added the other arm.
Put that in quickly. Well, she's on those dishes now. Let's see how she gets through this section. Heel in.
Clip, looking where to put the feet, and now she's not really sure what to do. She's trying to position herself well to clip.
She finds crazy feet in places though.
Yeah.
And look, she's stretching that foot way backwards. She wants to push off.
She wants to avoid any campusing whatsoever, and then
Yeah, she's worked her feet into. But this is a big bumpy move as she gets. Hits that right hand well. So she's through probably one of the harder sequences for her style. I loved watching how she made it work.
On her own solution that works for her. I mean, this is what you got to do. Like, a taller person would not be comfortable at all with these solutions.
No, it's true, actually. That's a good point.
Yeah, it is. Like, sometimes you see people have good footwork, but if you're a bit taller, heavier, you can't make these work. They're just going to push you off the wall more than you'd like. So
you can't fit in the same box that she did.
No, absolutely not. Your fingers are a bit bigger. It's different bodies, different styles. Sometimes I'm thinking we should have height categories, man.
I'll suggest it.
Yeah, totally. I think it would solve a lot of problems.
Yes, it would do, wouldn't it?
Like, at least 2, 2 to 3.
Over 6 foot. They can do their own thing. I don't like those people. Right, well, Vita Lukan is the current leader with 2 to go. And Mori, remember, does not know where Vita would have got to, so she just needs to focus on her own performance here. Creeps that toe up.
See if she can pull this move up, or she needs to. Yeah, she seems to be comfortable with the length of this section. She releases. What?
The lock-off power to do that is incredible, isn't it?
Good finger power on it. Held the swing so controlled. And then just had time to put the foot up and not even jump it to the shoulder. Very smart.
It's so good to watch her. It is. It really is. Right, but she's got a hard move coming up, though, to that blocked hold. There's a jib under there somewhere where her left hand is. Oh, she's not liking it, though.
Let's shake off a little bit.
big, kind of a drop knee in there.
This is where we lost Cheon.
Well, that's going to bump her above her. And there she is, second place.
She looks so composed. This is where we lost Vita, so Mori takes the lead. She has a foot on the right side, and it's the undercling is blocked so that they can't toe hook on it to rest.
Oh, she's hanging above the crowd there with no feet, gets a heel in, and she's got 50 seconds. But there's a huge, huge jump to finish this route.
Well, I mean, it's still possible for her, right?
Yeah. I mean, look,
I think that's a foothold.
I think it is. It's like an intermediate she's using. Bumps into the pinch.
Barely holds it.
Oh, she's got one clip to go, and she's just body tension there to keep her in. Fingertips into that clip. I want to see this jump. So she's got a high left toe. She's not comfy.
What's happening here now? Oh, could get a different angle. Yes, that is. I better just see. She's trying to
Oh
go out.
no! Fingertips on the penultimate hold. Right. Well, Ai has done everything she can do, but it's not a top.
Yeah, she's very pumped.
My fingers are sweating here in the commentary box. I swear it's only you where this happens to me as well. Like, World Champs was different because it was a continuous sweat fest. But like, whenever you're here, I get so into it. I don't know what happens.
I don't know.
I have no idea. So many things. We can't cover them all right now. Therapists have tried. Right, this is I Mori into the jugs down low. And that was a good jump from her. And then this was the sequence I love watching. As you said, that size fitting her into the space, and she just made it work with interesting feet.
She's losing the heel there. Look at that. And she's like, okay, I need to change. Oh, left, right, left. Where do I go? And then chose to do something in between. Even for her, that seemed a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, and she's on a no-text bit with that foot as well.
Exactly. Yeah, so before we get Janja up on the stage, I'll do the last bit of answering the questions. So, is it tough to be belayed by a belayer that you don't know in the comps? Yes. No, is it tough? No. It's like you somehow really have full trust in these people.
Yeah.
They're just really skilled. Sometimes if it's kids, that can be a bit weird. It happens only in Chamonix. And they sometimes like cut the rope, like they pull it, they don't give enough slack.
Like short rope you
Short rope
yeah.
you like on clipping, and this is very annoying and can be called a technical incident also.
It's something actually, now you mentioned belayers, the IFSC is one of the things they're trying to improve. So they're bringing people in from America, Thai in from America to do workshops, so it is getting there.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's a great question because you have to trust your belayer, and you come out and you don't know these people.
Yeah, but somehow automatically you do. I don't know. It's harder when you train with people you don't know. But these people are there because they do what they do very well. But yeah, sometimes when it's like a younger, like teenagers or kids, then it's not so comfortable. Then favorite crack snack recommendation. I don't know. Dried fruits, nuts.
What do you eat before a comp? Personally, you like the hours before you climb for a competition. What do you tend to eat?
Hours before, some carbs like rice.
Okay.
Rice is the best thing for me. Then bananas also just before, dates, or just like energy gels or something like that.
Well, the crowd is starting to get hyped because Janja Garnbret walks on. She gives them a wave, and her eyes immediately go back to the wall as she remembers the route. I mean, the noise in the stadium right now is outrageous.
Yeah, I can barely hear you on the headphones anymore.
Well, the crowd are going to be giving Janja Garnbret absolutely everything out there. She will take the full 40 seconds, you'd imagine, to remember and read this route. Of course, it's not a decided thing, this. Janja Garnbret is human. She can make mistakes. So that's basically your cue at home to get very, very nervous. Listen to the crowd.
This is crazy, really. It's insane. Yeah, I hope it gives her a positive hype up. And I know she likes to be supported so loudly, and it means a lot to her. And there's a lot of loud kids out there, yeah. Well, I hope she likes kids. I don't know.
Yeah, well, no idea. But yeah, a lot of the kids coming from local climbing groups as well. I know that Mia Krampel's kids who are there. And Janja now makes the match on the slope.
Oh,
but
easy. Similarly in the way that Mori did it. Like, just one arm, second arm.
Well, there are some of the children who are cheering her on. Oh, but I don't know if that was
She clipped.
It was a clip. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, we didn't. Oh, she just closed her shoe.
I'm seeing disasters everywhere now, you know.
Don't blink, Matt, for the next 4 minutes 54. It's easy so far.
Yeah, she's on to the underclings. The crowd is cheering every single move she makes here.
I don't know if it's distracting to be so loudly supported on easy moves. Like, some people don't like it when
true.
you're cheered up for.
Well, she does that rotation.
Oh yeah, that's
good work with the rope as well.
that was super solid. Yeah.
It's confident from Janja, isn't it?
Lock off. Now she can hopefully rest a little bit.
Well, those Olympic rings, you can see them on her right Achilles. The Olympic champion in front of her home crowd. But she needs to get far on this route, the second to last hold. So makes the double clip from that sloper position. And she'll shake out here above the crowd.
So in order, to get to the podium, so she needs to hold the undercling in the roof. That's where...
Oh, to the podium, I see.
Podium.
Yeah.
First to the podium. For a win, of course, she needs to hold the jib on that last rock save.
Okay. And that will push Shenso out of the third position, which means Vita will be Vita's guaranteed a medal.
Vita was already guaranteed a medal. Currently in second place, but let's see what Janja does, and hopefully she makes no mistakes. She tries with the toe swap a bit.
Very dynamic.
She didn't feel comfortable. She needed to get out of that position as fast as possible. This is where we lost Manoja on this side. Left, and is composing herself right now, ready for this really body tension section. She keeps the heel down, but of course you see that shoulder power there. Crimps the edge with her thumb as well.
Well, here we go. She's nearing the podium now. Needs to clip that draw, and that's the undercling coming up we were talking about.
Breathe, Matt.
Breathe. I'm genuinely nervous.
You're struggling now.
It's something about this crowd. It's affecting me here. I am keeping calm though. 2.5 minutes. Janja, this is the undercling coming up. She's in fourth. There's the Slovenian athletes. Mia still crying out there.
All right, so we have her now on the podium spot. Third place for now. That's hold 39. This is 40, and now 41. She's in second place at the moment, so she just needs to surpass what Mori did, and she seems actually quite okay, I'd say. Let me not jinx it, I hope.
Yeah, she's a bit snatchy on that one. Cuts loose on the slope. Now Stassi's gone next to me as well.
It's dramatic now. My heart rate is 130, I think.
Well, we'll try to keep it together for you here.
Let's hold on for the last few moves. She can still manage to race.
She is fighting here.
Yeah, she has 1 minute 40.
She drops down, takes her time. She needs to make sure of this. 42, Mori's on 44 plus. She's still got some moves to go. She's trying to shake out. Blows the chalk off her hands. There is Mori.
Everyone's watching carefully. Cheers are coming up. Chanting her
there
name.
Is a chant going. Is that her name? Wow. We've had some special crowds throughout this season, Chamonix especially, but this is really special here.
High foot, maybe clip.
43 makes the bump using that intermediate.
Okay, she needs to do this. Just catch a clip that Mori struggled with.
44 she's on now, so she can get this.
And she wins!
We're waiting for the confirmation of that plus, but that is it. Well, look, she was looking for redemption. There it is. Mori gets down to silver. Janja will take victory in front of her home crowd. You feel like this is kind of owed to her.
And there it is.
Well, it's a top for Janja. The Slovenian crowd go crazy. 2 Slovenians on the podium as well.
Slovenians on the podium. I think she wanted this so badly, and she
look at
totally deserved it. I think, you know, she likes revenge. She likes this like fight for what belongs to her, you know, and I think maybe this was one of her biggest goals also, besides getting the ticket.
She was angry last year, you know, like it was there. It was like a fire inside her. She wanted to come back.
It hurts. It's a heartbreak. Every like unreached goal is a massive heartbreak, and athletes really struggle to overcome the sadness that comes with it. Like no matter how good you are, everyone gets these feelings, and it's tough to get over them, but they do make you stronger for sure.
Well, she's returned with a vengeance, says Janja Garnbret, coming back to win her own World Cup. 2 Slovenian athletes, Mia Krampel has slipped down low. No podium for her tonight, but Janja's done it. And look at that reaction as well. She's so respected amongst the athletes.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's the GOAT. She's respected amongst everyone. Like, there is no one like her, so...
And now you get to go and interview her. So Stasha, we'll say goodbye. Thank you for joining me again. It's a pleasure.
It was a pleasure of mine too. It was very dramatic, and I loved every moment of it.
Me too. I will see you very soon. Good luck in Laval.
Thank you. See you.
Well, that victory for Janja. We're watching her last couple of moments here. A big final move as well. She stuck that terrifying to me jump at the end. And the interview will be in a couple of moments when Stasha manages to find Janja. These were the moves to flatty. That's the rest of the Slovenians there cheering upwards, shouting Janja onwards, as you'd expect, as Janja would do for them. That final jump, the big launch high above the crowd, and then the relief when she let go to come back down to the ground. Look to see the emotion there. That was a lot coming out in that scream. Wow, from Janja. I didn't even see that initially. It was so quick in that moment, but the slow motion really caught the look in her face as she came down. A year of tension, and you can imagine, I mean, I don't know, obviously, but I can imagine Janja in the gym just replaying last year's final in her head. That's the confirmation. Janja Garnbret with the top takes a victory here. Mori, brilliant from her, fought her way through the route. Such a strong athlete. 44 plus from her and a well-deserved silver. Then Vita Lukan, second Slovenian athlete on. A bronze to add to her gold from earlier on in the season. And as our camera comes over the crowd, and we're not going anywhere, I don't think many people will be leaving before the podiums here. Vita Lukan runs out onto her position. She dropped the chalk bag. It didn't matter in the end. Just another thing to deal with. It certainly gave us some moments here in the commentary box, and I'm sure you watching at home had the same reaction to that one. And Mori, well, it wasn't to be this time, but it's another podium, and she has so much potential and future ahead of her. Mori is out, and I can't wait to watch that battle between Mori and Janja Garnbret in the Olympics, eh? That'll be quite a moment, that one. And of course, the rest of the athletes as well. There's just so much going on. Podiums will follow after the interview, so don't go anywhere if you want to watch some medals being hung. And then wait for the crowd's reaction to this one. Janja Garnbret is out, and she gets the gold here tonight. How cool is our sport, eh? Great to see crowds like that and to react in the way they did. It just makes everything worthwhile, eh? The athletes leave the stage. They will return for the podium, which will be set up the second they've left. And you can see Janja being escorted off there to find Stasha, who will be waiting with a microphone. And the two of them have climbed together a lot over the years, so I'm looking forward to hearing that from Stasha Gill. Well, we're ready, so let's go and find Stasha and Janja.
Janja, you got your revenge, it seems. What was going through your head when you were climbing? Like, it seemed super flowy. What happened? Tell me.
Yeah, finally I got my revenge here in Koper. I enjoyed so much, I have to say. From qualis to semis to finals. I don't know if I've ever been that relaxed as I've been in this competition. I enjoyed a lot, climbing in front of the home crowd, a lot of support, which I really enjoyed. So I'm glad I finally got my first place in Koper.
Yeah, it was amazing to watch, really. Like, what was your favorite part? What was your favorite section of the route?
Probably the campusing part, my favorite. But I have to say the whole route was pretty pumpy, very consistent, risky moves, which I really like. So I just climbed flowy and enjoyed, and this was the key.
Yeah, that's very, very impressive climbing. Yeah, there's a lot of kids here came to support you. Like, do you maybe have like a message for young climbers who are just starting out? What would you like to send them?
First, I have to say thank you to all the kids for all the screaming, like Slovenia and Janja. So that really gave me extra motivation. But yeah, I hope they enjoyed our climbing, our show with Mia and Vita, also in the finals. So. Yeah, so I wish they will train hard and join us one day here on the big stage in Koper.
Thanks so much, Janja. Enjoy this. You deserved it totally. Have fun.
What a great interview there from Stasha and Janja. Well, before the podium, we're going to watch some of those highlights, so sit back and enjoy all of these amazing moves that we witnessed tonight. Well, there is the confirmation of the scores one final time. Yannick Garnbret, Mori, Vita Lukan make up our podium. Shianso, Natsuki Tani, Laura Rogora, Nanoha Kume, and Mia Krampel. And so unlucky for Mia, that early slip, that black streak down the slope, but it happens. We just hate to see it happen. And then the men's, let's remind you that Sorato Anraku takes the win there with a top. Jesse Grupper in second, great climb from him. Alberto Ginés López, Toby Roberts, Alex Megos, Yannick Flohé, Sam Avezou and Luka Potočar make up the 8. Great to see Alberto back on a podium as well. Bronze medal for him, silver Jesse, Sorato gets the gold. And the overall victory as well, which we're pretty sure is a fairly historic thing to do. He won the boulder and the lead this year. Crazy. Well, we're a couple of seconds away here from the podium. Well, let's watch some more highlights from what happened. Our top podium finishers, let's see how they made it onto that podium, shall we? Well, there we go. Dramatic scenes all around. Chalk bags being dropped, athletes slipping and falling and climbing. It was a really cool evening. I enjoyed that immensely. And thank you for Stasha as well for joining me in the commentary box. It's always good fun to have Stasha here with me. And remember, IFSC climbing doesn't stop. We've got China coming up. So to tell you the exact order of things, next week we go to Rome for the Speed Olympic qualifier. And trust me on this one. If you haven't seen a speed comp before, you need to go and watch that. And then off to China. And after China, we head off to the Laval and all the other events as well. So lots of climbing still to come for you. And if you're saying goodbye to us on various TV channels, thank you so much for watching here this evening. Pretty amazing way to finish things off here in Koper, Slovenia. The athletes crowned, the medals awarded. And here we go for the awarding ceremony. It's medal time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recording ceremony for IFSC World Cup Koper 2023.
Well, the athletes enter and they will stand in front of the speed wall. There you can see it. Podium ready for the athletes. Sorato will stand on the top spot once more for him. Great to see Alberto back and Jesse in his first finals. Lovely to see him get a medal as well. There is Marcos Colares, IFSC president. We'll be handing out the medals here this evening.
Good pace, representing Spain. Take the whistle. Janja Garnbret.
Alberto takes the bronze here this evening. big smile on his face. Very focused athlete, does a lot of competitions. Goes to pretty much all of the events. And then Jesse Grupper from the USA takes a medal. Silver for him here tonight. And that was a gutsy performance up there on the wall. A good fight from him, something he will build on now, going towards those Pan Ams down in Chile in about a month. And then finally, Sorato Anraku, gold medal for him. A big smile across his face, as it should be. What a season he's had, what a year. Asian qualifiers, you watch out. And now, after the gifts are awarded, the national anthem of Japan will play across the stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor the winner, please stand up and remove your hats for the national anthem of Japan. Prossimo sarà Sanite in sarà Toby del Koper, Janja Garnbret.
Well, congratulations to Sorato and the rest of the athletes on that podium. If you're leaving us, goodbye. Thank you so much for watching here in Koper, Slovenia. China to come, but for now, Slovenia rests for the year. The athletes smiling out as they gather on that top spot for their medals. Congratulations to Sorato. Enjoy that gold. You are sticking with us then. Women's to come. They're getting set up and ready. Members of our crowd here tonight, and still no one leaving the stadium. There is a pretty special moment you're about to witness with two Slovenian athletes on the podium, including a Yannick Garnbret in the top spot. Everyone waiting for their heroes to come onto the stage. There was an amazing reaction when she won. It's going to be very special when she walks out onto that stage, isn't it? You can see the athletes gathered down at the front as well, all the photographers waiting. And I know from experience that Janja will be mobbed the second she comes out of that gate, and I think she will take her time to really soak up the atmosphere, sign those signatures, just enjoy her night here in Koper. Well, the athletes walk out one last time to the stage for 23. So, Vita Lukan in third. Mori silver, and then Janja Garnbret in gold.
President of Management Board of Koper. Dame mi gospodje, vyvedení pisání Slovenia Gospodáko Solaris, predsjednik IFSC-a i pan Jannick Flohé, predsjednik uprave Grupper. On fourth place, bronze medal. Na piękne miejsce i brąz medalja za Slovenię.
Well, there is the first of two Slovenian athletes. Vita Lukan taking the gold in Briançon, and that meant a lot, but I have a feeling this bronze might mean even more for her. Giving the crowd what they deserve as well, such support for the athletes throughout the last couple of days. In second place, she had to swap positions this year. Silver medal for Mori. Congratulations to her. The night belongs to this woman, Janja Garnbret. It's not just another gold, it's a gold in Koper. And as you heard from the interview, it meant everything to get revenge. Janja Garnbret wins here tonight. Simply the best throughout the stadium. Brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Republic of Slovenia. Dame i gospodje, uczestnicy walki, posłuchajmy i zagrajmy hymn Slovenii.
Congratulations to Janja Garnbret. All the athletes, of course, but I mean, not many of them have their names on flags, do they? She wanted it, the pressure for sure was there. I mean, how she deals with that, I just don't know. But however she does, she does. Congratulations to those three and everyone who competed, well, throughout the last couple of days, really. But tonight belongs to Janja Garnbret. I have a feeling some champagne will be popped out there as her season comes to a close. I don't think we're going to see her in China. I'm not sure, actually, but I doubt it. So for this year, we might say goodbye to Janja. But we won't go away. Remember, Rome next week, Olympic qualifiers for speed, then China, and a bit of a break before we head into Laval and the rest of the Continental Championships. That's coming up soon. Well, thank you to Stashigeo for joining me here in the commentary box. My name is Matt Groom, and thank you for joining me for this competition. I will return very soon, as will we at the IFSC. See you later, everyone.